know what it is. It's your guy, Rhett Butler, in this. Well, this is that pretty left hook. Hitting you in your goddamn liver hook. First and foremost, R.I.P., rest in power, to Trugoy the Dove De La Soul. The original hip-hop hippies. Most of y'all only know TDE as that. Go back to the 90s. Native Tongues, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte. These people was a whole vibe. Can't forget Moni Love. These people were a whole vibe. Trugoy the Dove. Interesting brother with the raps. Love this guy. He was different. Something unique. Those fools were amazing. Gotta start it off like that. But anyway, Black History Month is afoot, baby. We here. And guess what? Yesterday was Valentine's Day. So you know what that means. We have to talk about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I'm going to take you all the way back to February 14th, 1951. Because, you don't know shit about boxing, but I do. And at that time, Jake LaMotta, known as the Raging Bull or the Bronx Bull, fought the man himself, Sugar Ray Robinson, the original Floyd Mayweather Jr. And when I say the original Floyd Mayweather Jr., I'm not talking about in the ring. We are not comparing styles here. What I'm talking about is the flamboyance, the swag, the style, the flaunting, the entourage, the whips, everything saucy. Put that on Sugar Ray Robinson's name first, goddammit. And everybody else, you followed suit because he showed you it was all possible. These guys, Jake LaMotta, a.k.a. the Raging Bull, and Sugar Ray Robinson, they did this dance, meaning fighting each other 6 times over the course of their careers. 6 times. That's a lot of fights. These guys fought in the 15-round era. Straight carnage. Of the 6 fights, Jake LaMotta won 1 fight. Sugar Ray Robinson won 5. But the last time they fought, February 14th, 1951, was a complete bloodbath. It was a complete bloodbath. They fought in Chicago. It literally is called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre after the real St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where Al Capone murked all his enemies. Because Sugar Ray Robinson unloaded so many uppercuts and consistent jabs of fury that Jake LaMotta's face told the tale of a man who, bolas más grande, my man. This guy has big balls. Pause. But god damn, that kind of punishment. God bless that referee who stopped this fight in the 13th round. Jake LaMotta told ESPN in 2016, "I fought Sugar Ray Robinson so often, I almost got diabetes." I mean, that's a crazy joke, but at the end of the day, what he's saying is, yeah, he was off that sugar. You know what I mean? They went back and forth. They fought in Madison Square Garden. They fought in Detroit. They fought in Chicago. I mean, they fought everywhere. People love these guys. You got to understand, at this time, Sugar Ray Robinson is the man, okay? We know America was still polarized, segregated, all of that stuff. So Jake LaMotta represented the Great White Hope. Boxing has always been about racial polarization and classism, 100%. I love boxing. Many of you love boxing as well, or you at least find it very interesting. For some casual observers, it's just a great Saturday night activity to watch 2 people go hard as hell competitively, where they're putting their lives on the line, so to speak. But back then, everybody picked a side. Polarizing was the only way to get money, much like today, but it's different now, right? Things are different. The most you're going to get in the championship fight is 12 rounds. Back in the 15-round fights, these guys was going heavy. And Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull, obviously Italian-American from New York, he was the guy, right? Especially for Italian-Americans. Sugar Ray Robinson, African-American, from Georgia originally, but became Harlem's own, man. Now, you know that means something to me because I was born in Harlem and raised in Harlem, in the Bronx. So Sugar Ray Robinson has a special place in my heart. Plus, this man was hella flossy. I mean, he was hella flossy. And it's one thing that you gotta love about boxing. It is one of the only sporting industries where you can get what you get off a brick to talk greasy. 50 Cent said that. You feel me? It don't gotta be explained. It should be understood. And Sugar Ray loved it to life. Sugar Ray stopped Jake LaMotta in the 13th round on February 14th, 1951 to retain his undisputed world middleweight title. I mean, he's fighting for all the belts, and he gave him the business. But I'm going to tell you what he did. He kind of did an Ali rope-a-dope. Because what he did in the fight was he waited. He said, you know what? I'm going to let you tire yourself out. Sugar Ray Robinson allowed Jake LaMotta to go ham for like the first 8-9 rounds. Ham. Right? Ham. But what he did was later on he came back and he said, you know what? Now I think you're going to tire yourself out. Because what he knew about Jake LaMotta is that Jake LaMotta is a bully. He'll stalk you in a fight. He's going to come for you, and he's going to try to unload. Sugar Ray said, you know what? If I let him get his thing off, all I got to do is be patient. Because if I'm patient, my opening will come. And boy, did it. It was crazy. So in the 11th round, Robinson started to control the fight. Right? He had a crispy style, slick. 12th round, Robinson started destroying Jake LaMotta's ribs. You know? I mean, it was like a straight up barbecue. Who got the ribs? Sugar Ray Robinson might have been the whole smoker because he was bruising them babies up. Tenderizing. You understand what I'm saying? 13th round came. Jake LaMotta's getting bloodied up, looking crazy. Referee said, no mas, man. 2 minutes and 4 seconds in the 13th. He called that thing off. LaMotta actually went out on his feet. He did not fall down. He stood there and took all that punishment. Not smart today. We know about the CTE. But he took all that punishment. Which was crazy. You know, Jake LaMotta actually died at 95 years old. So even though he took all that punishment, this man lived a long life, which is pretty exceptional. You know, because this guy liked to take a lot of punches. You know, even Sugar Ray Robinson died in 1989. But crazy fight, man. Black history. Sugar Ray Robinson, man, he doesn't, you know, he's talked about by the diehards. A lot of the young guys don't know a lot about boxing past the Ali era, past the 80s with Sugar Ray Leonard era. But when you go all the way back, man, these guys was go hards. I mean, of course, we all know Jack Johnson as the first black heavyweight ever, world heavyweight champion. But yeah, these guys were on a whole nother level. Jake LaMotta said, "You can't put me down." In terms of the fact that he got stopped on his feet by the ref, he did not fall. And Sugar Ray Robinson said that Jake LaMotta was the toughest guy he ever fought. He's the toughest guy I ever fought. I never knew anyone who was more aggressive and rough as him. You know, these guys needed each other. You know, just like I think you guys think Mayweather needed Pacquiao, or De La Hoya needed Mayweather, or Ali needed Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Leonard needed Roberto Duran. I mean, there's certain matchups in the history of pugilism where everybody just showed up and showed out, whether they won or lost. Back in these days, it wasn't really, it was about that, but it wasn't as about that as it is today, where people are, again, no shade being thrown, padding their record, finding easier pathways to the chips, to the belts. You know what I mean? Back then, guys went, they was going. And now we understand why these guys are so revered. I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson alone Literally, when he retired, I mean, his record is ridiculous. When he retired, he was 174 with 19 losses and 6 draws and 2 no contests. I mean, that's crazy. That's damn near criminal to have 200 fights. It's criminal. You know, Jake LaMotta. This is how these guys went, man. Jake LaMotta, when he finished his career, 89 wins, 19 losses, and 4 draws. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up, man. Jake LaMotta, he retired at 31 years old. Sugar Ray retired at 44 years old. Yo, it's crazy. But he was bigger than life, Sugar Ray Robinson, man. This man was Black history. This man traveled with a barber, a masseuse, a secretary, a voice coach, beautiful women. He was singing. He was dancing. He was on TV. He was pretty. He had his hair laid, fried to the side. He was on it, man. And we appreciate this man and everything he did. And Jake LaMotta, Raging Bull. Because without these two slugging it out, St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the world would not know the limits men will go to for sport, even if it destroys them. Luckily, Jake LaMotta lived to be 95 years old, even going through wars his whole career. And he got a whole movie made about him called Raging Bull, where he was played by Robert De Niro, and it was a Scorsese movie. Scorsese a little questionable. He's a little racially insensitive, but the movie nonetheless was black and white, classic, just showed the realities of the boxing game, and it's crazy. You know, I know. It's nuts. Yo, this was your Black History Moment. My name is Rhett Butler. You know what it is. Shout out to the whole Up On Game network, man. My man Vito, my man Cardo, my man Dustin, my man Blanco, and of course the big homie LeVar Arrington. Check us out at Up On Game Podcast on Insta, at Rhett E. Butler on Insta, at Rhett E. Butler on Twitter. We outside. And you not. Holla! Go to YouTube, man. Check out all the episodes. You know what it does. And happy Black History Month, man. Get your melanin on. Because we outside. Yeah! She.
Hey, yo.